I'm sorry, last week, the last moment I had to inform Ms. Srilanka, I won't be able to take the lectures due to personal commitment. What happened last week? Didn't have any lecture. The to lecture you at the university. Were you happy to do so? Sadly, you left the background of the university, right? So that was due to personal commitment, my family, my family issue. So that I'm sorry about it. As I can remember, we completed the first topic on operations management during the first session. So we can start the second topic here. That's on product design part of it. We have around 2 hours or 2.5 hours or so. Let's try to get an idea about this area and why that is important for you. You have a handout? Meantime, now you had 1 week without lectures. Let us go to the first topic, that is introduction to operations management. It is clear to you all now in your degree program, this is the new subject, operations management. And we study the production side of the business, manufacturing side of the business, operation side. That is mainly responsible for producing products in manufacturing industries. So for accounting specialized students like you all, this is a new area, I guess, because they are not involved in product manufacturing related decisions in the organization. You are not going to become operations managers anyway, are you? Probably not, right? But as management graduates one day, when you become accountants, when you become managers, you need to have an idea about the production side of it, operation side of it. That is why this subject is used. In the first session, we understood what operations management is all about and the responsibilities of operations managers. In organizations, what are the common challenges we face now and how those challenges affect on operations management decisions and likewise. So we had that lecture is recorded, we can go through at any time and see what you should know about. What I'm going to do here is give you a few minutes to ask some questions. That's why I'm reminding you before starting the next topic. After completing that, we move to identify what is an operation system and what are the components of an operation system that we can identify. Accordingly, we identify 3 components: operations inputs, transformation process, and output. That's a very useful framework for us to look at any business and identify the operation side. Operations system. Whether that is manufacturing or service, how to understand the operation system. Because in operations management, it's all about how to design that system, how to plan and utilize the system, control. Then, as per the requirement, how to improve the operation system. These are the 3 things: designing the operation system, planning and controlling it, and improvements. That is how we define operations management. So, in the first session itself, we discussed how we can look at different industries, different businesses, and identify their operations. So, before moving to the second topic, I prefer if you can ask some questions on the first topic. And if I can help you sorting out some of those issues. How many of you are not there for the first session? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By 7, 8. Okay. By any chance, did you go through the recorded lecture before coming to the lecture today? Right? So, right. Luckily, that is recorded, so that spend time with it. Usually, what happens is, if you don't allocate 2 hours, 3 hours for a physical session like this. Right? Very rare. Chances are very rare for you to spend time to go through the recorded lecture. So make it a point to come and physically attend the lectures. Otherwise, live join lectures or live and complete the topic then and there. Otherwise, you will save all the recorded files separately to go through later, but you don't go through. Towards the end of the semester, you find it difficult to understand these topics. You just practice some past paper questions and come and try to answer the question paper. That you can do, but very difficult. No point. Especially a subject like operations management, there are certain things that you should know. You can learn. As accountants, one day to understand on operations management will be useful. Then try to learn some of these concepts, practices, topics. While you are getting ready for final exam. That is what again. If you have missed the first lecture, try to capture that content from the recorded lecture or by talking to your friends. Any questions if you have? There are a few who are doing online, so you can ask some question also. We can hear you, I guess. Those who are connected online, if you want to ask some questions, this is the right. How about you all? Those who are not there? Some quick questions. Those who are connected to the meeting online, do you have any questions, doubts about the previous topic? Production to operations management. That topic is very important due to several reasons. One is you can understand what operations management is and why this area is important. What are the key responsibilities of operations managers? So what are the key decisions they should make? And the second thing is the topics we are going to cover in this subject, you should know where they fit in within subject. So to have that understanding, you need to go to the first one. So I repeat, you need to listen to the first discussion and understand it. Okay. You are going to ask any questions there. So we can move to the second topic then and start discussing on it. That is product designing. One of the important operations management concerns. And important for any business. If it is manufacturing, we call it product design. For service industries, it's called service design. So the lecture discussion or the content here will help you understand and reach these learning outcomes. You need to define what product design is and what service design is. Then of course, explain why this decision is important for business, the impacts of product design and other operations decisions. Both strategic impacts and operational impacts will be discussed quickly, briefly. Thereafter, we will identify how products should be designed, what are the different approaches already available, used by companies, what are the different practices, methods used for product design. There's a process called product development process that has several steps we'll identify, and I think we are familiar with that all to some extent. So I will show you more details. In addition to that, in relation to product designing, there are different concepts, practices, methods, recent developments. We'll quickly touch upon few of them and try to get an idea how in different industries product designing is done. So that is what we have. What is it? Product design. In service industries, service. As you see it here, it's slide number 3. This is how we can simply define it. Product design is all about for the business specifying what kind of product we are going to produce to the market. So for that, what are the key characteristics of our product that makes it different from the other competitive products in the market? And then how we are going to compete in the market by offering a unique product with unique features, and that is very important for a business. Due to several reasons, that is an important business decision, not just a operational decision, it's a strategic decision. This is the process of deciding the characteristics of the company's product, features of the company's product. In case of services, that is service. So it could originate from anywhere, like an idea or a basic concept, right? And then ending with a product. Right? Basic sketches to the final product. And here what you see is basic dimensions to the final product. So that is relevant to any industry. When it comes to operations, this decision, product design decision, impact on almost all the other decisions. That is why this is important. That is what we have to understand. So having said that, here slide number 4, you get a little more details about it. In manufacturing, product design is all about designing the product's characteristics, such as the appearance related decisions, the shapes of it, the colors, sizes, and then of course in terms of features, what are the main features, what are the additional features. So deciding those characteristics of the product is all about product design. In addition to that, what materials it is made of, what components, in which way they are fixed together, and then other technical dimensions, tolerances, performance levels, standards, and everything, right? That makes our product unique in the market, differentiated in the market, is what we call product design. I hope you get an idea. In services, that is a little different. It's all about designing the service package. I will explain that little later. That is called service design. So in any business, whether that is small to medium scale business, or medium to large scale business, or a very large business, this is a key decision for any industry. For any industry. So that is why we have this topic and understand how product design should be done. Clear? Now, often when opportunities are given, activities are given to management students like you all, you are specializing in applied accounting. Am I correct? Right. So applied accounting students. Maybe your target is to become accountants, auditors, right? And practice there. So, but you're following a management degree, business degree. When opportunities are given to business management students to design new products, come up with new product ideas and all, for them it's a hard decision to come up with new product ideas, new products and all. I'm coming from a state university, and there we have different specialized degrees. marketing to, I'm from marketing department. There are other departments like international business, accounting, finance, and then of course we have HR and some other B programs also. Even in that case, when opportunities are given for business students to come up with new product ideas and develop new products, new businesses and all, they find it very difficult to come up with new product concepts, new product ideas. Is that same for you all? Have you got an opportunity to develop new products, present new product ideas and all? No, you have not got. You have not received opportunities. Have you received that opportunity? Will you be able to present good product ideas? What do you think? Because you are like the field of business education, business management. You are going to become accountant. That's a different thing. But when you are supposed to develop new products, contribute to the organization, you find it difficult. The reason is you don't have that understanding. You don't know the concepts relevant for product designing, how to do that. And in fact, some managers find it difficult to understand why product designing is so important, so critical for the business. Right? So try your level best to understand that from this topic. Right? I will try to share my experience, my understanding on that. So try to understand product designing is a critical decision for a business in any industry. Most of the successful businesses in the country, within the region, across the globe, right? One of the main reasons for their success is their product designing expertise. Can you understand when I say so? They are good at product designing and product launches. They know exactly how to design new products, how to manage the process, and how to keep developing and launching new products. That is how. Is that clear? It's a difficult decision, but you should know as managers how to manage it. Right. Before going to the technical side of it, let me introduce you this as well. Now, with every new product, when new products are designed, managers should also, or the business should also make this decision. We call it process design. Right? Also known as process engineering. Have you heard of it? Have you come across this term before? Process engineering or process design? You have not. Am I correct? So understand process design. Process engineering is a kind of technical activity. So the relevant engineers and all in that field, in that organization, should study the product they are going to manufacture and propose or design initially a process, step-by-step process, technological process, manufacturing process, how this product can be manufactured. And that is called process design, process engineering. And as you can understand, now the process required for let's say biscuits, like CBL and all, they produce biscuits. So the process required for biscuits manufacturing is totally different from a process that is used for producing tire or producing garment items or shoes. So it's coming from a relevant technology background, industrial engineering background. But together with the product, they need to specify a process, and that is called process design. And as you can understand, these two decisions are very much interrelated. How we design the product, what features we need to have, what components we are going to use in the final product, and how we manufacture it. These two are interrelated decisions. So the idea is that these two decisions should be decided together. should be decided together, parallelly. So that is the idea. So there are two activities to be done. One is product design, and the other one is process design. That should be managed together in an organization. That is the simple idea you have. Is to manage together. Because how you specify the product and its characteristics affect how you can manufacture. Your manufacturing steps and all affect on your characteristics and so that is why technically we say these two should be related. That's enough, I guess, about an introduction to the topic and what it is. You can get an idea. Now to understand why new products are needed, right? As customers, maybe as practicing managers in various different industries, what do you think about new products and new product introduction? Is that important for business? Designing new products and introducing them in regular intervals, is that important for business? Of course, yes, it's also. If you are to identify reasons why for the business regularly developing good products and introducing them to the market is important. Can you think for a while and give me a few reasons? Thinking from the organization side first, not from the customer side. From the organization side, why? What are the reasons? Why it is important for business? Keep working on new products, introducing better newer products. Some reasons. Yeah. Just feel free to share your understanding. Why it is important? To capture new markets. To capture new markets, attract new customers, and thereby generate more revenue and earn more profits. If the existing products are not sufficient, capture new markets. It's a good idea to develop new products and attract new customers, new markets. Good. Can you write them down? So why product design is important for a business? Right. One main reason is to attract new customers and capture new markets. To attract new customers and to capture new markets. That's it. Because sometimes existing products may not be capable, may not be adequate sometimes. That could be one valid reason for businesses to work on new products. At the same time, can you think of some more reasons? Few reasons actually. In fact, that is one of the main reasons for any industry, for any organization to face the competition better. How can we understand that in detail? To face the competition better. In every industry, now given the technology developments and all the competitors are trying to develop new products, more attractive products, and thereby attract customers, and that leads to competition. To face the competition, each business should try to develop their products and then perform better than the competitors. And for that, they should keep working on new products, new features, innovation. Product innovation is a common technique to overcome the competition. Product innovation. Which means we are using new products that are not available in the market. Innovative or creative products to face the competition. Can you share with me some more reasons why this is it? Some more reasons. Face the competition, of course. What else? Some more reasons. Okay. Now, when practicing marketing, there is this requirement. We call it ensuring customer satisfaction. So, if existing products are not adequate, not enough to satisfy customers, yes, we can work on new products and keep introducing them to the market and then satisfy customers. Yeah, to fulfill some of the unfulfilled customer requirements and then make them satisfied and ensure customer satisfaction. Likewise, to enhance customer satisfaction or ensure customer satisfaction. Do we have some more reasons? Wow, interesting. Very, very good. That's valid point, right? Rather than just producing and selling one product or a few products, by keep developing more and more new products and all, we call it expanding the product portfolio, we can minimize the risk of depending on one or few products. Very good. More products. When you expand the product portfolio, you can minimize the risk. So risk mitigation. That is what most of the well-established businesses are doing. They have a wide range of products, and they regularly update it through proper product development, and thereby mitigate the risk. And as we know now, if I just couple it with here, this point, you're familiar with this idea called product life cycle, right? That has a different argument, but basically, every new product, every new concept we develop and introduce to the market will have its own life. Initially, a slow growth, and then a higher growth, coming to the maturity, and then of course coming to a decline phase. So every new product we bring in, it will have a natural life. Could be few weeks, few months, or few years. Depends on the product industry. But every new product comes to a maturity period and the decline. So during such time, there should be some other products ready to introduce to the market. That's what she mentioned. When existing products are reached into the decline stage, there should be newer products keep adding to the product portfolio. This is why businesses should work on. So likewise, do you have one more reason? In some industries, innovation is considered as very important, critical, right? So, let's say electronic appliances. Even in that case, mobile phones, tablets, personal computers, and laptops. There's a huge demand when they come up with new models, new designs, new versions. So to be innovative, they need to keep developing new products and upgrade their product designs. Because that product design is to be innovative. Because innovation is important in today's market to face the competition, win the market. So likewise, we can identify a number of reasons for businesses to work on this thing. You can think of a few reasons and later, I hope you understand. Now the challenge is, now we know product development is important, product design is important. How to do this thing? How to manage it? Who are responsible? And how to manage the product development process. Is there only one way to do this? What do you think? Is there only one way that every business should follow when developing product? No. Right? Of course, there can be different ways, different concepts, different paths. What we try to understand here is the recommended processes, what to do, recommended concepts, how to design products and all. Clear? And various other product development related concepts. How to design new products and what are the strategies recommended for them. Any quick questions up to that point? Especially those who are connected online, feel free to ask some questions on some of the doubts you have. How about those who are here? Clear? Any questions? Please feel free, because this is the opportunity, especially when it comes to operations management topics. I like if you understand the content within the classroom itself, rather than keeping them for later studies, so that you can quickly get ready for the final exam. No questions? I will talk about service design a little later, because that is a little different. But think of a manufacturing industry. Assume that you are going to work for a manufacturing organization. Could be a consumer product like biscuit, ice cream, or personal care product, or anything. And your top management requested you to work on new product idea, new product development work and all. Do you have an idea how to develop a new product? I'm just asking. I don't expect an answer. I'm just asking. Do you have an idea what to do? What steps you would follow, and how you will come up with a new product idea and develop it? How many of you have a simple idea? You will do it in your own way, isn't so? You will somehow try. Right? You see, whatever you know, you will somehow try. Now, this topic will help and the systematic process. From where to start, how we should take our ideas to the product level and then develop it. That is the importance of this part. If you don't have an idea, this is the right time to study. Know about it. Don't worry if you don't have an idea. Coming to product development, now there are various different strategies, approaches, techniques, practices. Right? We are not going to recommend only one. Instead, I am going to introduce you few such approaches, techniques, and all for you to have an idea. Right. Coming to this, these are two different product design approaches that we can simply identify. In textbooks, they explain the first one as product-based design, which is the most traditional way of product design. Right? And alternatively, there is this second approach for product designing known as value-based product design. Right? So have an idea. What is the first one? What are the advantages and all? And what is the second one? And why that is more preferred in some other industries? Have you come across these two before? Have you? No. So let me briefly introduce you these two quickly. The first one, that is called product-based design, which is the traditional way of product design. Even today, there are industries, there are companies following the first one. What is the name of it? Product-based design. And the second one is called value-based design. I will explain it a little later. Now, according to the first one, what is the starting point as you see it in here? Right? So, the traditional approach, they initially develop the product. They specify the product characteristics and everything, and that is the starting point. And accordingly, it specifies, they can estimate the cost of the product, and accordingly, they set the price for the product, and that finally determines what kind of product at what price you offer to the customers. That is the value of it, and that is offered to the customers. It begins with the product internally and finalize everything, and accordingly estimate the cost and set the price, and that finalize what you are going to offer to the market, and that is what you are going to offer to the market. This is a well accepted approach. Even today, some traditional industries still they follow it, and they are still successful. You can ask some questions when I explain the other one also about the differences, what is better and what is the where do you use which one and all. Fine. As an order, because there are certain disadvantages here or some certain limitations here, with marketing. Hope you have an idea. Marketing approach was popular in 1960s, 1970s onwards. Now, in most of the industries, marketing approach is being used, making business decisions, including product design. So, accordingly, this approach was gradually developed. That is called value. This is the uniqueness. What is the difference compared to the first one? You may see the difference. Now, they are before product, what they do? They are supposed to start from the market, from the customers. That is the difference. And that is the marketing approach. And that is what is recommended in most of the industries now. From where to begin? From the customers. Go to the market. Study who are our customers. For what purpose they are going to buy our products. Right? And identify what are their requirements. That is the starting point, not the ending. Can you see the difference? So according to your understanding about what your customers expect from you, your products, you then specify the value, okay, how we are going to offer this as a bundle of package. Bundle of package. Okay. And then accordingly we do the pricing and we set the price for which we set the cost just into the profit margins and all. Now we have bundle of items we are going to offer, what we are going to promise today, and we have the cost estimations, we call it standard cost for the product and all, and based on such understanding, they need to specify the product and product characteristics and everything. Understanding? First approach, it begins with the product, ending with customers. Marketing approach. value-based approach, it begins with the customers, begins from the customers, and ending with the end. This is highly recommended in certain industries, especially when the competition is huge. Competition is high. Now, can we say something like this? The first approach is that is traditional, very old technique, so that is not attractive or not so suitable for the industries, whereas the second one is more trendy and more up to date, so that the second one is more appropriate for all the industries. Can we make a claim like that? What do you think? Okay, some do not agree with it. How about others? What do you think? Well, we can't conclude like that. Even in a competitive market like today, there are some industries still the first approach works better. Sometimes even technology industries, technology driven. So they keep developing the new technologies and accordingly develop new products, and they are introduced to the market. So it depends on the industry. It depends on the market. Right? Or sometimes a combined approach. That's also. Any quick questions you have about these two approaches? Any quick questions? Okay, no questions. You should have some doubts. Because you are not just A-level qualified students like many other undergraduates here. You are coming from industry, you are experienced, so that you have some doubts. Choose. Hello? No doubts? Please go ahead. Second one. Second one, almost similar to marketing concept. And it originates from marketing concept actually. To a great extent, yes. To a great extent, yes. They start from product. They start from the technology and then develop the product and later think of the market. Whereas in the second approach, they begin from the market and study the customer requirements and accordingly specify the product characteristics and other things, and then finalize it and start producing and sell to the market. Exactly the market approach, the marketing approach. Now we have now question. Now businesses, what do they follow? Production approach or marketing approach? It depends, right? So it depends on the top management understanding, what they believe, what is right, what is correct. So in a country like Sri Lanka, do we see organizations they mostly believe in marketing? What do you think so? What do you think? Do they believe in marketing in your understanding? Do they believe? As accountants, do you believe in marketing concept? Hello? Okay. Some say yes. Do you believe in marketing? In your understanding, what marketing is all about? Hello? If you believe in marketing, you should know this is marketing and this is how businesses make their business decisions according to marketing philosophy. Right? Marketing. So what is marketing? Wow, interesting. That is how in the textbooks marketing has been divided to understanding the customer requirements and all, and make your products accordingly. Let's expand that a little further. Not only product, all the market related decisions or business related decisions according to the market. Not only the product, but other decisions also. Okay. So, yes, as you correctly pointed out, that's a different way of looking at the market. So you make almost all the business decisions looking at the market to fulfill the customer requirements, customer needs and wants. Do you think that approach being used in country like Sri Lanka in most of the businesses? They say so. They say that they're following marketing approach. You as customers, do you think so? They're following marketing in Sri Lanka. What do you think? What do you think? Yes, do they follow most of the consumer products? I'm not asking about I'm not asking nothing from the organization. Thinking from customer side, do you think that your requirements are identified by those companies and then they design their product accordingly? They send them to us accordingly. They do promotional campaigns, designing prices and everything depending on the market and all. Do you think so? Very rare, right? There are only few industries that we see marketing approach being used here. Not only here, in most of the countries, that is true. But marketing is very effective approach, but not being used in most of the industries. Do you agree? If we can practice marketing, that is really great. Due to various different reasons, marketing has not been practiced. Marketing has not been practiced. Don't agree with me. Right? You can question, you can argue, right? You can say, this company we see they have used marketing. Any arguments like that? Yeah, that is what needed. How about the participants here join online? Why we have this argument? Why we have this discussion? The second approach is basically marketing approach. Marketing. So in business education, now we promote this marketing approach. This is what it should be. Marketing approach is more appropriate. That is what we preach. That is what we teach and educate. But the practices are not so. Managers, top management, organizations, they are not ready to accept marketing as the most appropriate way because the other approaches are more convenient for them and they are effective. They are successful. So they don't worry about marketing. Why should we worry? So they just follow their business as they go. Since they are successful, so that they are happy. So that is the reality. So I don't have a final message to say. So what I did here introduces you these two approaches for product designing. Just explain the differences between two. But in business education, we would like to have more product decisions based on the second approach, that is a value-based approach, so that the business can design better products that suit the market. And then ending the new product activities, new product launches as failures. So most of the concepts, techniques we are going to discuss here may be related to the second approach. Still, the first approach is also used, right? Coming to this part of it, we understand Product design is important. So we should know how businesses should manage this. Who and who should involve here? What do you know about it? In your understanding, who are responsible for designing products, specifying product characteristics and other details? What do you think? Who are don't look at the slide here, it explains something else. So in your opinion, who should be responsible for product design activities? Please feel free, right? There are no correct or wrong answers here. Just feel free to share your views so that we can discuss it. There's an answer. Who is responsible? Who are responsible? Any idea? Okay, research and development, R&D, right? Because then you may have seen, especially in manufacturing organizations, there is a separate department called R&D, research and development unit. There are experts working for that. Maybe engineering experts, technology experts. Hello? R&D team is mainly responsible for new product development. Especially in manufacturing industries, right? In some of the services also, but mainly in manufacturing industries, we see that. And especially in this first approach, right? There are some industries following the first. They are their product delivery decisions are taken by the R&D team. So attached to R&D, there can be a separate PD team. That is a product development team. Product development. So technically, the product development staff is the main responsible managerial staff for this. With that, product development, especially the first approach. Even the second approach, they should be there. Okay? Product development. Now, these product development staff, in your understanding, what kind of background they have? Are they coming from a management background or a technical or engineering background? Technical, engineering, or relevant science and technology part of it. That is it. So, in an industry like confectioneries, biscuits, and all, that is food processing. Every new product, right? Product ideas, new products, designed by those food processing experts and the relevant technology experts are used for that. When it comes to let's say mobile phones, mobile technology experts are there. Technology experts are there. And then of course mobile various different software solutions, apps and all, newer features and all, they come from information technology, IT background. And then of course coming to automobiles and all, automobile industry, automotive technology, and various other technology experts working in those areas to develop new products. Clear? So our subject is operations management, but product development is something different. So operations manager should get the support of product development team when managing the product development activities. Now what we understand here is that although product development team is responsible for product designing, can they or should they handle it alone? Really, no. It's recommended to work at least as a team in which these two experts should be there. One is marketing, then the product development, and then these three experts should be working together in product. Can you understand the reasons why the marketing should involve here? Why marketing people should involve in product development? Great. That is one main reason. They are the ones who understand the existing markets better, existing products, competitor solutions, whatever they have now, plus what customers want. Can you understand? So marketers, they are inputs, they are market insights, what we call. Customer insights, market insights, competitive insights are very much useful in deciding what is needed in the market. Understand? Thank you very much for that. So you may relate it with the second approach, isn't so? In understanding the market, customer requirements, whatever the existing products and all, marketers should play a key role. That is why marketing team is. They bring in the market insights, new product ideas, what is needed, how we can match it. So, clear? Hope you understand. If you are given an assignment like for an organization, develop a product, you should now immediately think, it is something to do with technology side. So technical advisors, experts should be there in the team. In addition to that, the marketing input is also important, and they should be involved in the list. What type of product, what features we need to have, how we have to design it and all. That is how you need to understand. In addition to that, there is this team also, like manufacturing or production operations. Can you guess a reason? So it's the reason why they should also be in that team. Manufacturing. They are the experts in manufacturing technology, how the product should be manufactured, the machines they have, and the technology they have, and how the products are manufactured and all. So why should they also be in the team? Any good guesses? Any reasons? Now you remember, with the product design, they should also specify a process engineering. So that should happen together. That is why these manufacturing staff should also be there. They are responsible for configuring the process. So that is why the team. And in fact, this is called a team approach for product design. It is more efficient and more effective. I hope you understand why organizations need a team for this. In fact, this type of teams are called what? This type of teams are called cross-functional teams. Cross-functional teams. Experts from different departments working in one team and manage that. Hope you get an idea. Any questions? We try to understand how products should be designed first. So we are trying to understand the best practices recommended for modern businesses. Now, as you can see here, I will come back to these approaches and then the product development process a little later. Now, as you can see it here in slide number 15, right? In product number 15, to introduce you this idea called they call it concurrent product engineering or concurrent product design. Very simple. This is what we discussed. So now, what you see here in the first part of the picture is a traditional way of product design. Right? They call it sequential design. What is it? Sequential. Now, what happens there in the traditional process? Now, there are these different experts contributing to the product development activities in a sequential manner. Now, marketing team go to the market and study the customers and develop a new product concept and further specify it as performance specification, what customers want. And that is given to the design engineers to specify product design spec. They call it design specs. Have you come across it before? I hope so. Design spec. What should be the product design? And that is given to the manufacturing engineers who will develop a process, manufacturing spec for the process. According to the specifications given, production team will arrange the production line and start production. So in a sequential manner, there are walls between departments. They call it the sequential product designing, which is good because a team is working, but there are walls between departments. So as you can understand, it takes longer time to complete a new product development. And sometimes back and forth unnecessarily, right? When mistakes are made, so they'll have to go back and correct it, then come back likewise. Takes longer time. And that is why this new concept, what they call concurrent design, where these design experts represent the different departments working in one team and make design decisions together collaboratively. And that is called concurrent design. With several reasons, this is for effective and efficient. Hope you understand what concurrent design is and the importance of it. When they work together in a team, there are many advantages. As you can understand, one is they can discuss the issues then and there and make decisions together rather than delay, so that they can solve the problems quickly, so that product development time would be shorter. Product development time, we call it concept to market time gap. What is it? Product concept to market time gap can be reduced. That newer products can be newer product ideas can be quickly converted into products and introduced to the market. So as a design period, this is one way to handle it. Any quick questions or some doubts about it? We're talking about product designing, how in modern businesses product designing is done. At the end of this process, there should be all the product related details. I will explain a few more details later. What is the output of product design? Product related every detail specification should be found. Any questions? You should have doubts at least like what the textbooks recommend all these practices, whether organizations are practically implementing them. It depends. It depends. Different organizations have different. They follow the techniques, methods that works for them. But what we study here are the best practices recommended. Right? So that when you join organizations as managers one day, you have an idea what are the best practices. So you can study what this organization is following as of now and then help organization to improve it. Hope you will have an idea, right? In fact, if now you are given an assignment like assume that you are to develop a new product idea in a selected industry, how you are going to do it? You have an idea now? What to do and how to do it? Immediately, what are the immediate activities you are going to do then? You are given an assignment to develop a new product concept, new product idea. From where you are going to begin? If you are assigned to lead a team within the organization to come up with a new product idea and develop it, from where you are going to begin? Okay, you are going to start from the market. Okay, you start believing studying the market and customer requirement is important. Great. And for that, are you going to do it? Oh, okay. That you have now a better understanding also. Probably more than you need to get the support of an expert who can understand the market and customers better than you. Maybe an expert, marketing expert. So you get the support of marketing expert and understand the market and customer requirements better. That's what you're going to do. What would be the next activity? What would be next? What means? We need to analyze the other competitors and their products also. Very good. Because whatever the product we develop, customers will compare it with the other competitor products. So that we need to understand what are the competitor products, their features and all, and then we have to decide in which aspects we are going to perform better. Right? I feel like write them down. You may write them down so that one day when you are given an assignment, you will follow process. That's really great. Meantime, you can recommend from where you are going to begin. I got to give. You are going to first understand the requirements of the markets. Understand the requirements of the markets. And let me add, now to understand market better, we need to get the marketing experts' opinions. And at the same time, we identified another point, that is we need to understand the competitors and competitor products again, their features and analyze the competitor products, their features, because that helps us helps us identifying what is not available in them, how we can define our products better. Right? What else? Because what we have discussed, what else? What are the other steps you would follow? Are you going to manage the entire process alone? Hello? No, it's not a good idea. We need to get the support of relevant experts. We get the relevant experts like what? That industry. We need the technology experts, relevant engineers, because they are important in product designing. Should we get the involvement of manufacturing team also? Because we need to specify a process. Together with a team, can manage it better. That is the simple understanding we need to have. However, from industry to industry, from business to business, how businesses manage it could be varied. That's all about that's all about what is product designing and what are the basic ideas you should have about it. Right? And with that, let me move to this process, right? What we call product development process. Slide number 11. I'm not going to take more time here. Now, in textbooks, this is the process recommended for product development. That is called product development process. And accordingly, there are a few steps or few phases in the process. To systematically design process, design product and process, and thereby complete the product development activity. So there are steps or phases like this. In the next slide also you will see the same with little more details, right? So let's quickly identify these steps and little more details. This is the benchmark process recommended for product development. Well, as you see here, it begins with idea generation. Go to the second phase, feasibility analysis, and third phase, coming up with the product spec, product specification. Fourth, process specification. Step number 5, move into the prototype development phase. Step number 6, making any product design reviews and do the improvements and coming to the final version of the product. Anyway, before going to the product launch, product introduction, there should be a market test followed by the product introduction. Those are the technical steps. And then time to time follow up evaluations and make some adjustments. And as you see it here, it's a cyclical process, right? When one product development is over, it will move to the next line parts. Now you need little more detail. What each step is supposed to be. First of all, have an idea. Just go through it and have an idea. In the second slide here, slide number 12 also, it begins with the concept, move into the feasibility, and then functional spec, product spec, and manufacturability, design review, and the, before introduction, test market, and go to the introduction to market, and then. So these technical activities are coming under the scope of design and engineering team, because that is more or less technical side of it. From here to here, the entire process is the responsibility of product development team. We have very limited time. I'm not going to explain everything, but I will share some details, some information with you on certain steps. Have you thought of these processes so seriously before? You know, right? Because until we discuss them in detail, although management students, even managers, they don't understand the importance of these phases, these steps, and the importance of this entire process. We have an idea like product developments are anyway taking place time to time. Whoever responsible will do it. We are just there to manage it. So organizations should be able to manage the entire process more efficiently and more effectively, and keep developing new products. Can we be happy when we successfully introduce one product? And can we wait for very long time without worrying about any other product? No, we have to work parallelly on new products. You understand now? Competitive industries like mobile phones, let's say iPhone brands, iPhone designs, or Samsung designs. Every 3 months' time, 6 months' time, new designs, new varieties are introduced to the market. How come? They keep working on new product development projects parallelly, and they have arranged them in a timeline. When they introduce one product, there are 3, 4, 5 products in the pipeline that will be developing to the next few 3 months time, 6 months time. That is how they manage. Software development, software solutions. When they launch a new product, there are new 3, 5, 10 products in the pipeline that they will be developing and introducing in the market. So that's in other industries. That is how important it is. What are the steps that I need to discuss in detail here? Prototype development. Okay. What are the other steps that you need? Little more details. What are the other steps you need? Little more details. Product specification. Product script. Product specification. When we discuss these two a little more details. How about other phases, other steps? Okay. Now, if I ask a general question like in a business, who are responsible for managing these product development processes and all? Then it says here, from here to here, the responsibility goes to the product development team, in which the technical core activity is handled by the design and engineering team, mainly the product development team. Right. So who are responsible for managing the entire process and not only one time, several times? So it's the top management involved. Managing director, the chairman, and for manufacturing chief operating officers and top management should involve here and managing the product portfolio. They can of course assign the responsibility to product development teams, but they should supervise everything from the top. Can you understand it? So that is how it is. One day you will become not just the middle level manager, but even senior level managers. Right? So you should have like coming to prototype development and prior to that the product spec. Now, as you can understand, this process begins with initially new product ideas. So ideas can be gathered from any different sources. We call them product sources, idea sources. Right? So about new product ideas, from where they can come? The business, whether it is manufacturing or a service, from where those new product ideas can come. We call them idea generation. Gathering ideas before working out there. Maybe correct, yeah? External parties like what? Like who? Some product ideas may come from external parties. Yes, true. Like what? Maybe as customer suggestions. Hello? Do you agree? Maybe as customer suggestions? Okay, sometimes yes. And often it happens. Customers may suggest if they are not happy with existing products, performance of existing products, and they may sometimes as suggestions or maybe as complaints. They will forward their suggestions. Why can't you develop a product with all these newer features and all? So they can be used as starting points. Customer suggestions, customer complaints. If you have a proper way to capture it in the business, maybe customer feedback, complaints, good. Or else, what are the other external sources? Like what? I mean, you look at the external market, the foreign market, and get an idea. So that is another way of it. Sometimes the managing director or the chairman on the foreign trade, they have observed certain new product ideas and new products being introduced in that market. They come here and when I mean ask the top management to develop a product like that by looking at the external markets, foreign markets. That is how it happens. So ideas can come from any source. So maybe from exhibitions, by participating in exhibitions, you see a new product, you want to develop a product in similar balance. Right. What else? Can employees suggest? Yes. Their sales staff? Yes. Can marketing team suggest? Yes, they can. Can factory workers suggest some new ideas? Sometimes. They will come up with some new ideas. With this existing product, can't be produced this new thing. It's likewise. Right? Factory workers, machine operators sometimes may bring a lot of successful ideas. However, any such, especially the marketing team, marketing research, can we generate new ideas through marketing research? Of course. Right? Can our suppliers suggest new ideas? Suppliers of raw materials and other things. So those are the sources. Can we look at competitors and generate some ideas? Hello? Yes. So those are competitive. I mean, those are ideal sources. There is this practice. Have you come across this? We call it reverse engineering. What is it? Reverse engineering. One of the successful, well accepted method is product development. Reverse engineering. What happens there? You study a competitor's product. Right? Reverse engineering. You disassemble it, you separate it and study how they have manufacturing. What are the components they have used, which technology they have used, how the product is performing and all. Okay? And then study the process in reverse to come up with a better product. It is well accepted. You look at competitors' products, features, components, and you engineer a new product. It's not imitating. Right? It's not imitating. Sometimes you will be able to develop a better product by addressing the weaknesses of your competitor's product. And that is called reverse engineering. Right? Whatever the new product ideas, before taking forward, essentially there should be a filtering process. What is it? Filtering, and that is what we call the feasibility. Only the feasible idea should be selected, and for that there are different filters. Initially, what do you think? Now there are different filters like financial feasibility, marketing feasibility, technical feasibility, business feasibility. Likewise, different filters. In your opinion, what is the most important filter that should be tested first? The finance. Okay, being accounting specialized students, you think financial feasibility should be tested? Yes, of course, but in modern markets, even before going to financial feasibility, it says market feasibility should be the top priority. Market feasibility. What is that? Simply, what is market feasibility? What is market feasibility? What it could be? Look at the market feasibility again. Market feasibility. Either this new product idea is feasible in the market. Simple terms, either we will have a demand for this, right? We should first of all test that. Size of the market, current market and the profit growth, market growth, we should be able to select. I mean, we should be able to study and select only the feasible ideas. Then we can go to the financial feasibility. First of all, markets. So they say that should be sent through a funnel like this. So all new product ideas should be filtered through the market feasibility. And only the selected ideas should be taken to the next level, that is called finance feasibility. And they are also selected only few, and they should be tested for the technical feasibility. So likewise, financial feasibility, that you know, right? That's all about profitability, return on investment. But you are getting an idea. So accordingly, we will select only most suitable ideas, and then technical feasibility. Now, given the technology we have, whether that idea can be technically doable, technologically doable. Right? So likewise, we have to select so that we have good ideas to work. Still, they are as ideas. Hope you get an idea. Then such ideas should be further expanded. Now, basic ideas, they say that should be converted in concepts. Ideas into concepts. Ideas are very brief versions of it. Concepts are little detailed versions. Concepts. And based on those concepts, they should go to the next level. We call it product specification, which means the technical details of the product. It's a document. Hello, you asked about it. It's a document. Define about the product. But we call it product spec. Product specification. For the concept, design engineers prepare technical details, and that is called product spec. Still, it's a document, not converted into product. And parallelly, they should work on what they call process spec. What is that? That is also a document that describes the characteristic of the process. Who should work on it? The relevant experts should work on it. Product development team, manufacturing team should work on it and finalize the technical details. This is the main output they finalize. Based on which they move to the fifth level, that is what we call prototype. What is a prototype? Well, that is the initial physical version of the product. Your sample product. Based on what? Based on this spec. Developing that product prototype is simple, because until such time everything was a concept or a document. Now only they start looking at it as physical prototype. Initial total product, total version. The basic version of the product, physical version. We call it physical prototype. Okay. Physical prototype. Sometimes they may use the same material, same component, and initial prototype will be finalized. Okay. In addition to that, now we have software, design software, so that in addition to physical prototypes, now what we have 3D designs, and prior to that, we have this virtual prototype. Within the software, you can design it and you can test it. Dimensions and all, we call it virtual prototypes. The advanced version of it now we call 3D printing and all. Right? Without having all the components and all, you can physically build the product, print it. So that now the product designing activities have been more simplified. Do you know about 3D printing? Maybe you have come across, right? You can exactly print it physically using the technology. 3D printing. So that no need to worry about all the technical dimensions. When your virtual prototype is given, it prints. So samples is 1 or 2. A little more expensive now, but with the time that will be more available. But 3D designs and all have contributed product development. So these are 3D prototypes. New concepts, new product designs and all can be easily can be easily presented to others with 3D printing and prior to that, that was virtual prototypes. Meaning the design software are used. Design. Say for example, like building constructions. Now we can design it in such details. You feel like you go into the building and look around the rooms, space, and how you are going to design interior now. So like it will be product. So that is prototyping. Could be physical version, could be virtual versions, or 3D versions. And that basic version should be further reviewed before start production. That is called design review, because some initial improvement should be done. And for that, there are different techniques. Otherwise, our product may not be solid, may not be competitive. Well, at that point, different industries, different organizations may use different concepts. There are concepts like, for example, these design softwares are used in every part of the product design now. You may get an idea later. Now, coming to this technique, this is called quality function deployment. One of the latest method for product design. The name of it is QFD. Very simple. We have already identified it. The newer approach for product design. We call it policy function. As you see here, this is the value-based approach we identified. You go to the market, listen to your customers first, and design your product. Design your business. So you determine what will satisfy your customer in this approach. And for that, you may not be aware of this technique. This is called a house of quality technique that is used to specify the product, further improve the product and all. Right? So this matrix, what they call customer requirement matrix, is used to plan. Right? It's a planning matrix to relate customer wants and how firm is going to meet those customer wants. And it allows cross-functional QFD team to use customer feedback and to make engineering decisions, marketing decisions, and design decisions accordingly. So I'm not going to explain it, but this is the technique they call house of quality that begins here, starting from here. Customer requirements. That's one example. You may go through and understand it later. So customer requirements are identified, and then like here, this is for a simple, very simple product like electric iron. You know, iron we use for ironing, right? So customer requirements are prioritized here. And then depending on the importance, weights are assigned. More important, higher weights are assigned. Least important, lower weights are assigned. So accordingly, these are coming under iron scale. Remove wrinkles, presses quickly, doesn't stick to fabric. These are the requirements they have identified. And under easy and safe to use, these are the requirements. Heats quickly, automatic shut off. Can you understand it? When they design a new iron, they have started from markets and prioritize their requirements. And here, that is competitive assessment. Step number 2. Can you guess what's happening there? Now, in terms of each requirements, right, in a scale 1 to 5, they assess what are the existing products. In this case, they have used 2 brands, product A and B. And then where we are going to make a difference. What is our product? Where we are going to make a difference? The product X is the new product they design, right? So presses quickly A here, B here, whereas new brand somewhere here in a scale 1 to 5. 1 being not so, let's say in this scale, 1 is, how can we say that? Five, that is in terms of presses quickly. Number 5 means fulfilling the requirements fully, and 1 not fulfilling the requirements at all, right? So in terms of presses quickly, where that is, not at all or highly, very high. So for all the variables, all the requirements, they do it and specify how our product is different from the existing practice. And thereafter, there are other steps like these, right? Design characteristics are finalized. And then they, in the relationship matrix, they compare how these relationships are exist. Several examples now. These are the design characteristics set for the iron. Accordingly, energy needed to press, weight of the iron, size of the sole plate of the iron, thickness of the sole plate. So likewise, the design characteristics. Yeah. Here, the relationships between design characteristics and the requirement. Some are positively related, some are negatively related. It comes to an analysis. Say now this plus point, weight of the iron and removes wrinkles. These two have a positive relation. Can you understand? Higher the weight, higher the ability to remove wrinkles. Positively related. This is negatively related. Higher the weight, lower the relationship, right? Now the presses quickly. That takes longer time. Can you understand it? So each and every step studied separately and finalized. Now, according to they will identify what relationships can be maintained, what cannot be compromised. According to they go to a next level, we call it trade-off metrics. There they decide, okay, what relationships can be maintained, what cannot be maintained, and accordingly come to the final level, that is target values. That is the product, here trade-offs, and then specify the characteristics of the product. Right? So in terms of each design characteristics, what are the characteristics of brand X? So a completed house of quality would look like this for this example. So very interesting and a practical way to design product. That is aligned with what? Values. Value-based product design. Be careful. And this is called QA. Quality functioning. This technique is known as house of quality. So most of them want this, they use it. Now this is not the end, right? Now once they complete house of quality, that is this one, they specify the product characteristics. In the next level, they take it as the input and specify the parts characteristics. What type of parts and the part characteristics. They call it parts deploy. That is connected to the next level, parts characteristics into process characteristics. They call it process plan. Now then process characteristics into the operations requirement. They call it operations requirement. So all the houses, quality houses are connected. So it starts from customer satisfaction, customer requirements, ending with operations requirements. So everything is nicely connected. Have an idea. what it is. I'm not supposed to do something like this, but have an idea. Okay. This is in line with value-based. Value-based. So to improve the product designs, some of those techniques can be used. Further than that, all the others also. There are many. Under product designing, there are other techniques, especially computer software solutions like CAD, computer-aided design, and other techniques are used. I will illustrate some of them. Standardization, modular design, since there. But hope you can understand these are little bit technical. No need to worry much about these techniques. You are not assessed on them. What you should know is these are new techniques that can be used in production. So we were talking about product review techniques or design review techniques. Design review techniques. So techniques like QFD and all. And prior to that, together with that, there are other techniques that I have listed there. One that we took there. Techniques like these, something called standardization. Have you come across it before? Probably no. Standardization. And then another part of it, they call it modular design. We'll briefly explain to you. Another technique to review products and improve the products. And at the same time, another technique called value analysis. Various different techniques, concepts are there. Very useful. And this approach also, DFMA is another technique used for this. So likewise, there are different techniques. In fact, those four techniques are very much useful, it seems, okay, when improving the initial product design. Especially this one. Especially this one. Right? Since you have not come across it, I can briefly introduce and just to get an idea. What is the name of it? In some textbooks, this is called value analysis. So sometimes it's called value engineering. So sometimes it's called simplification. The idea is very simple. Now it's focused on design improvement, right? Design improvements. How to do that? How to improve the products? 6 improvements leading to either to better product or a product that can be produced more economically with less environmental impact. Simple idea is that The initial version of it is there. They further analyze it, how to simplify. Say now, purpose is to simplify the product and processes to achieve the equivalent or better performance. Now, for an example, see, if they have come up with a initial design like this, this is the initial design that has a base, that has two parts, and then the bar and the fasteners to fix. This is the design. Now, they have identified now to finish this part and introduce to the final product. It takes longer time to fit things together. More workers are needed to do the fastening and all, and then make it ready for the production. By simply studying it and revising it, like the second one, the improved design, revised design, that has only one piece base, and the two sides are connected to the base itself. Can you understand it? So that they can remove all these additional work to fix it, and then product is quickly ready for the assembly. Only the bar has to be fixed together, and then the product is available. But you see as the final version here, so final design, they have further identified how to improve the design to make it assembled together, like push and fix to the bar, fix bar to the base, what they call push and snap assembly. So the component is ready for the production. What they have done here, simplify the design. Simplify the design so that still the same performance can be expected with minimum efforts. Most of the products we consume today have been simplified. Computers to televisions to chairs to shows to most of it. Simplification. Reduce the weight of the product. To remove unnecessary features, characteristics, and keep only the most important characteristics. Make the product more simple. So like in the same manner, find a little more details about it. That technique is called DFMA. Stands for Design for Manufacturability and Assembly. And the term implies here, the product is improved to manufacture it easy and to assemble it easy. It's a combination of DFM and DFA. It is a part of computer design. Existing designs are first evaluated and identify how to simplify it. How to simplify it. How to get the same performance by removing unnecessary processing steps. That is called DFMA. Right. Just be aware of this term, that's enough. You will probably tested on. Coming to this, standardization is very simple idea. Standardization is all about removing all the unnecessary varieties and keep only one version of it. Standardized version. Standardized in the sense same product features for all the customers. Right? So that it's more easy to manufacture. Right? Standardized products are easy to manufacture. Can you understand it? right? So same features, same characteristic, so that you can start manufacturing in large quantities, so we can produce in mass production. So that operating cost would be lower, and that is what we call standardization. To reduce the design complexities and one solid product to standardize. See now, simple product idea like a restaurant. Some food items they offer like KFC. They have basically one product variety, standardized version. So customers should, they process them in large quantities and sell them in the market. So standardized products out. No varieties, only one. If they have to offer a variety of items from customer to customer, they should be able to offer customized products. That takes additional processing. You need more workers. You need more complicated production processes. Production cost will be higher. To avoid all these things, they promote this idea what they call standardizing. If you are also developing a product, this is a good idea. Rather than offering a variety of different products, develop one solid version that is a standardized version, and you start producing and selling. So a lot of operational challenges can be overcome. Standardized. However, from customer's side, is that a good choice? Is that a good way to get it? What we expect as customers, standardized products or customized products? Well, as customers, we prefer to have customized products. But from organization side, from operation side, it is convenient, it is economical for them to offer us standardized products. So there is this issue. From organization side, it is convenient and cost effective to produce standardized products and offer us. But as customers, we need to customize products suits with our requirement. So as a product design technique, often this has become more effective in what we call modular design. I think we have not come across it before, have you? Very interesting and very practical concept that is used in many industries. Even that's a good idea for you also. What is the name of it? Modular design, which means they design standardized modules, standardized components, not the final versions, but what they standardize components of modules, and such standardized modules can be combined, assembled as per the customer requirements and according to customers as customized solutions. One typical example would be now, assemble computers. Assemble computers, to assemble laptops. What happens there? You get that point? Assembled computers. So most of these internal components of computers are ready-made, readily available. So those are the modular designs. From outer casing to motherboards to RAM to all the other components, they are designed as modules and they are standardized. So assemblers, what they do is, upon our requirements, when we give our specification, we need our specs like this, they combine these different modules and assemble the computer as per our requirement and for us, a more personalized computer quickly. Can you understand it? So from manufacturer side, it is easy to manufacture in large quantities because they manufacture components in large quantities. Assemblers, they just assemble them at our request and provide us customized products. So thereby they can fulfill both. So customized product at low cost. So that is why this approach has become more popular, more convenient, more demanding in almost all the industries. Don't know whether you understand it. But if you don't understand anything else, if you understand this and make use of in future, that I will be really happy. Right? This is such an important concept in product design. What is the name of it? Modules. So you design standardized modules and assemble them at customer request differently and offer customized products. So you overcome a lot of operations issues with this. This is a way to improve the product. Have you seen this with some products, some services you have purchased, you have experienced? There you have seen this. In fact, in a way, I just remember now the education program here, that is exemption groups. Exemption degree program is itself is a modular design. Right? They have used modular design concept. We will understand it later. Have you seen this somewhere? Except in computer assembling or in, you see most of these products, like mobile phones. When you disassemble it, you get almost same components. Almost same component. iPhones to Samsung, right? Hardware items, components are almost same. What is the difference there? They have been assembled differently. So that the performances are different. Furniture assembling. This is, you may have heard of it, something called IKEA or IKEA. Malaysian furniture manufacturer. That part of the world. Extremely popular in that market because they don't have ready-made furniture designs. They have different design modules. Customers can go to their showrooms and fix them together as they want and create furniture items they want. Understanding? So that customized furniture items. And the production cost is also very big. Even in a country like Srilanka, we have number furniture. So they have designed their furniture now, let's say cupboards, TV stands, these other items as modules, so that they are manufactured separately and arranged as packages. And then when customers require place orders, they are delivered to customer places as packages and then fixed then and there. That is possible because they have used modular design concept. Understanding? You understand? A service example like, have you ever thought a restaurant chain like Pizza Hut? They have designed their products following this concept. Pizza Hut. Do they offer us standardized pizza or customized pizza? Well, customized pizza. That means at our request, the size, toppings, added cheese or not, right? Everything can be customized. If we are to make a pizza, customized pizza, how long it would take? How long it would take? More than 1 hour at least. But how they offer? Less than 20 minutes? How? How they are able to bake customized pizza within less than 20 minutes and offer us? It's because of their product design. Can you understand? They design their products as modules. Door is already arranged. It's a door, right? And there is maintenance slots. So as cheese, toppings, and all the other things. What they do when customers place orders, they use the ready-made modules. Can you understand it? And customize it, bake it, and deliver. So they have nicely used this concept called modular design in restaurants industry, fast foods. It is very important, convenience food and customized food. That their employees are taking pizza within 10 to 15 minutes and then prices are very structured. Can you understand it? The product design concepts that affect the entire performance. They can offer customized products at lower cost. Operations activities are very simple. Thanks to this product designing concept, we call it product design, modular design. Is that clear? All of these are product review techniques that we identified here. Then at the end of that, your final product will be ready. Then that is introduced to the market. Before that, it recommends market test step. On testing basis, you do a small scale production and introduce to the market. Based on the market feedback, you go to the product introduction. Produce it in large scale and sell the market. So these are the steps recommended in product development process. Is that clear? We discuss those steps in detail so that you have an idea of this. That's enough. We can answer questions like what is product design and why that is important for a business. Then we identify two product development approaches. One is product-based approach and then value-based approach. What are their characteristics and all? That's enough. Finally, up to this point, we identified a process called product development process that has several phases. So if you can name these steps and provide a little more details as to how product development should be managed, that's enough. In addition to that, we identify different product related concepts. Long-term designing, quality function deployment, house of quality and all, simplification, modular design. In addition to that, there are new product development, product design concepts like design for environment and other things. You will go through and understand like this. Design for environment. That's a growing demand for sustainable products, green products in the market. Green product? That means products that are manufactured in a more sustainable manner, using minimum raw materials, minimum energy, and with minimum carbon emission and all. Such we call green design. So they have become more popular in the developed part of the world because we have understood product development, products and manufacturing processes affect on environmental damages. So industries are now responsible for reducing the environmental damages, and for that, designing the product in a more sustainable manner. It's very important. Find little more details about it. We have one more point, but by that, any quick question, any point that is not clear? Yeah, one more point, but prior to that, all the other details I will not discuss. Right? You will go through the documentation part of it and all. So, what you know about it is enough for the time being, and this is the last point that we are going to discuss. That we are going to quickly identify. If you don't have any questions, let's quickly cover this in 2 to 5 minutes, and we can conclude the discussion. So now, coming to the last part of it, you have understood product designing is an important decision. So managing product designing is important. So how businesses manage it? How businesses manage new product development activities? Where different organizations have different approach. Some organizations follow the first approach. We call it using in-house teams. In-house, meaning within the organization. Within the organization, they manage product development. Sometimes they have dedicated R&D team, as you correctly pointed out. So they are responsible for the new product development, managing new product development. But it is not so easy for all the organizations to have separate R&D team, because it is costly. You need to invest huge amount of money to have your labs. Then of course recruit researchers, scientists, for the equipments and all. Not so easy. But large scale companies, multinational companies, global companies, they do have their own R&D departments. From Nestle to Microsoft, Google to Facebook. In almost all these manufacturing industries, service industries, then of course pharmaceutical companies, they have their internal R&D teams looking after their product development. Most of the medium scale firms may still manage their product development within the organization using cross-functional teams, as we understood earlier. They have temporarily appointed cross-functional teams. They will work on one product development, resolve the team. So likewise, anyhow manage the product development. This is possible even for a small to medium scale firm if they have the experts within the organization. Alternatively, most of the organizations are now go for the second option. What is that? Product development related activities are outsourced to external product development experts. Product development or product design experts for product development firms. They offer a variety of services for the clients. They manage the entire process from the beginning to the end sometimes. Full services are available, from initial concept development to the product development to the market launch. Comprehensive solutions are provided by external firms. In addition to that, they offer time to time specialized services also. Let's say now from initial idea to prototype or the final version of lab testing, product development, and everything will be done by the external firm. and the remaining part will be handled by the company. So there are government-funded organizations, even here in Sri Lanka, in different industries, or there are private sector businesses. That is their business. They have invested on the technology, experts, lab facilities, and everything, and they provide outsourced services. So it is more convenient now to manage new product with outsourcing. You have an idea, right? Can you give me three reasons why organizations now prefer to go for these type of external outsourced firms for product development? Few reasons as you think. To minimize the cost of goods. So they can handle product development activities at lowest cost. Only for the service they get, they have to pay. So for cost reasons, yes, write it down somewhere. To save, to minimize the product development cost. They go for it. To minimize the product development cost. Why? They don't have to maintain resources. Don't have to spend, don't have to invest on labs, researchers, and others. Still, they can get the things done. Great. What else? What are the other reasons? One or two more reasons? Of course, yes. Like what? What type of resources? Experts. Sometimes a lack of experts. Other resources like labs, medical equipment, and all the other technical resources. Even though they don't have resources, they can get the things done. When the lack of resources like human resources, experts, and labs and other equipments and all, they go. Is lack of resources, including the initial investment. So that when we lack the initial resources, initial investment, we can still go for it. One more reason. One more reason why outsourcing product development activities have become more popular, more practical. But save time. Is that? Save time or manage the entire process within short time period. Okay. Because that is handled by the experienced team. So that you can set the deadline also. So that you give the project and set the deadline, so they will have to deliver it. Manage the process within short time period. Great, you identified many. In addition to that, do you agree when I say like now that is their expertise? They are experts in new product development. They have the latest concepts, latest knowledge, and scientific findings and all. So they are experts in it. So we, as clients, can get the access to their expert knowledge, latest technology, when we go for outsourcing. So latest knowledge, latest technology can be used for our projects when we outsource. That is why especially medium scale firms, medium large scale firms go for this cycle. Nevertheless, okay, one more point, last point. Nevertheless, still large scale organizations, they prefer to have their own R&D teams. They keep investing on their own internal teams, R&D facilities. And can you guess few reasons why? They keep investing on their resources. Their product development teams and all. Although this outsourcing option is there, one of the main reasons is that to maintain the product secrets and to maintain the confidentiality. Because that is a core requirement. Product related details, product formula can anyway leak to outsiders, expert our competitors sometimes. But maintain the confidentiality, product secrets, they still keep investing on their own R&D. That's one way of risk. On the other side, once that is there, when they are experts within the organization, that's a kind of strength they have. We call it a competitive advantage. They have internal team capable of handling it. That's an advantage, not only for one time, they can use it again and again. So that is one of the competitive advantages that other competitors cannot match, cannot imitate. That is why all the multinational companies, large scale companies, who can afford for the investment, they go for their own R&D schemes. So that's a capability that other competitors cannot imitate. So likewise, you can think. Great. So what did we discuss today? Product design. What it is, why it is important, different steps involved, and finally, different strategies. Service design, well, simply how in a service industry service package can be designed and developed and all. Well, we need to have an idea. We'll take another 10 to 15 minutes from next week and explain it next week. A little more details. I just thought of ignoring it, but since you discussed also, check report to have an idea how in service industry happens, right? I'll do it next week.